All right, Black and White Network supporters, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. Oh, these people weren't very thankful or in a giving mood, I should say, in these very, very blue, very, very Democrat-led areas. Chicago, as you can expect, and I promise this won't be the Chicago weekend shootings video. This won't be. Because by the time we get around to Monday, I've got the over-under on 40 people shot. That's what I've got the over-under at. Anytime there is a holiday in Chicago, they pull out the guns, the hoods, the hoodlums, the thugs, the gangsters, pull out their guns, and they start shooting. I got a sheriff's deputy buddy of mine. He's always telling me that the domestic violence calls skyrocket on holidays. You get family members together, and they don't like each other, and they get to drinking, and next thing you know, that's when the calls skyrocket, even here in Texas, you know. Here, people will actually get in the yard and still fight it out if they got to, you know. And we've got Philadelphia. That's right, we got Philadelphia, and in fact, that's where we're going to start because Philadelphia was more deadly than Chicago, we think, okay? So far, Chicago's numbers are higher. But Philadelphia's on Thanksgiving, well, they shot to kill in Philadelphia. And it's this is awful. I mean, I just don't, crack down on crime. That's a thing that can happen. Fund the police. Triple fund the police if you have to. 4 people killed in Philadelphia over Thanksgiving holiday. 4 separate shootings left. 4 people dead on Thanksgiving, according to Philadelphia police. The first deadly incident occurred about 2:27 a.m. on the 9,000 block of Ashton Road, according to NBC 10. A 26-year-old man died after being shot in the left chest. A 22-year-old man was taken into custody, according to Fox 29. The second deadly Thanksgiving shooting occurred about 11:49 a.m., 6700 block of Oggens Avenue, I guess. Police said 31-year-old man was shot multiple times throughout his body. Taken to Einstein Medical Center, he was pronounced dead at 11:58 a.m. My God, somebody just unloaded on this guy. No arrests were made, no weapon was found. Then about 5:54 p.m., a 30-year-old man was shot once in the back, 1900 block of West Hunting Park Avenue. You know what kills me about that? 11:49 in the morning, and you're putting multiple shots into somebody. What's going on in your head at 11:49 in the morning? I don't get it. Police said he was taken to Temple University Hospital where he was pronounced dead at 6:11 p.m. Again, no arrests were made and no weapons were recovered. The final shooting occurred at an apartment on the 6100 block of City Avenue. A man in his 20s was forced into his apartment, and the resident shot and killed the man. So, I don't know if they're saying that a guy forced his way into an apartment and somebody blasted his ass. So it sounds like somebody in this particular case was defending the homestead against an intruder. A guy tried to get in there and the resident pulled a gun on him and blasted him. I mean, if this was truly a case of self-defense right there, then bravo for defending your space. That's how self-defense is supposed to work if you felt threatened by deadly harm, and if they force their way into your house. I don't know how it is in Pennsylvania, but in Texas, if they come in the house, well, it's probably not going to turn out great if they're unwelcome. So, let's go over to Brandon Johnson's Chicago, because it all started with a guy that was not invited to the Thanksgiving festivities, and he was pissed. He was so pissed he came back, I assume, at 3:50 a.m., unless they were eating at 11:59 p.m. on Thanksgiving night, and I hope not. But in Chicago, who the hell knows? A man was upset over not being invited to Thanksgiving dinner. Shot the host early Friday on the south side. Wow. It happened about 3:50 a.m. in the 6700 block of Eberhart Avenue in the Woodlawn neighborhood when the shooter confronted a 44-year-old man for not being invited to the holiday dinner. I wonder why. Violence much? Question mark? Chicago police said. After a, quote, brief altercation, he then fired at least 5 rounds at the 44-year-old, hitting him in the left thigh and left hand before running away. You would assume somebody was throwing the left hand up to block a bullet and caught a bullet. The 44-year-old was taken by ambulance to the University of Chicago Medical Center. Sounds like I'm still in a turkey stupor. Where he was listed in fair condition, police said. Witnesses told the police the shooter, who was not in custody, oh, here we go, guys, was the ex-boyfriend of the victim's sister, police said. So she had broken up with him. He was mad. He got hungry. He was used to going over there for Thanksgiving dinner, and he showed up and shot somebody. Okay. On Thanksgiving Day, 11 men were shot and wounded, according to Chicago police. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's crazy, but, you know, alcohol, a lot of alcohol gets consumed on Thanksgiving Day and on Christmas Day. And, you know, I mean, I'm not so much a drinker on those holidays anymore, but there was a time when I might, you know, down 2 or 3 12 beers on a Thanksgiving, or, you know, have some Crown and Coke or whatever, you know, like 7, 8 White Russians and wash it down with some Jim Beam or something like that, you know, with my turkey. But those days are gone. But what happens when you start doing things like that is things can get, unless you're amongst perfectly coherent and level-headed friends like I always was as an upstanding citizen, everything stays cool and everybody has a good time and this, that, and the other. But, you know, some people can't hold their alcohol. They get to drinking, and things can happen. Things can escalate. But let's be real, all right? We're talking about Philadelphia. We're talking about Chicago. I mean, you're adding in the domestic violence, you know, uptick combined with the normal gangbangery, let's put it that way, that we normally talk about on these channels, and the crime, and you get an explosion. Like I said, I don't even know if I mentioned it. This is my 3rd or 4th take of this video. By Monday, under 40 in Chicago is what I'm thinking. Under 40 people shot in Chicago by 10 a.m. Monday morning is my prediction here. You know, let's not crack down on crime. Let's fund the migrants. You know, let's defund the police. It's a concoction of just left-wing debauchery and douchebaggery in Chicago and in Philadelphia. Let's be real. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. I hope everybody had a safe Thanksgiving. Have a safe Thanksgiving weekend, and we'll keep making videos. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.